Welcome to Dementialand. Things that go bump in the day. Things that go bump in the day, number 2. And continuing with the intro. My thinking behind this bit about me could do with a little bit of explaining. I'm not going to be telling you about me and my history because of some ego trip, nor is it, I hope, due to some kind of vanity or because of some wish to dwell in the past. I shouldn't have got Alzheimer's then, as that's not my style. I've always been a pretty private person and found it very difficult to talk about myself, particularly when it comes to thoughts and feelings. But this has left me, due to my own failings in this area, closed off from others as they have felt and often have been shut out, sometimes quite literally. I would not ask for help, and even if I had, the help may well have been ignored, as my views would be, well, they don't really know me. Pretty obvious, I never let them get to know me. I now better understand that. As BT would say, it's good to talk, and as I plummet towards a very unknown and uncertain future, my need for understanding from others will grow by the day. This includes you if you stay with me on this journey. So, why am I going on about the past and present history of me? Well, I strongly believe that these diseases have begun to slowly change my ways, my character, my personality. This has happened to such an extent already that I'm often surprised by how I now react to things, and often wonder who this stranger is that now shares my body. He looks much like me, but is often not very well shaven and really does not quite act in the way I've been taught as acceptable. The really annoying bit about it is that he seems to think that it's his body and I'm the stranger. And as each day goes by, I'm beginning to think maybe he's right. Okay, so who and what I am now will become more and more apparent as time and text moves on. But I'm currently 60, so still a spring chicken really, but not always as full of the joys of spring as I once was or would like to be. Likewise, the who I shall become is, as yet, unclear. But if you read some of the laugh out loud stories and the nightmare moment accounts that our long-suffering carers on here posts, you can quickly get some idea of where we are all sadly going. We're all individuals travelling along different routes using various individual methods at our own independent speeds, but all the paths seem to lead to the same place, and it's one that none of us want to go. It is what it is, so just try and enjoy as much of the ride as you can. Right, a very brief history. I was an outdoor type, a leader, spokesperson, outgoing, confident, happy, proud, loving, caring, thoughtful, sociable, sensible, fun-loving, adventurous, detailed and organised boy through to man. I had a successful career in sales, IT, then teaching. Not so successful family history with 2 divorces, then a long-term non-marriage, a poor relationship with my only sibling, a brother, and I had 3 children over the 2 marriages, 1 boy then 2 girls. Things started going very wrong on the health point of view from 2000 when my mum was finally diagnosed with Alzheimer's and having mini strokes. My brother did not really want to know, and my stepdad was not really up to it, so I did my best. Not good enough though. Work suffered, mum suffered, I suffered, and then early 2004 she broke both hips and had to go from hospital into a home. Brother helped? Not at all. Recognise the picture, anyone? Mid-2004 I had a stress-related, high blood pressure, heart attack and was away from work for 7 months. Then things gathered pace and so will I. 2005 back to work, then mum died. I developed hypothyroidism and kept going to sleep every 6 hours. 2006, out of work. 2007, my son died. 2008 and on, started having noticeable memory problems. Sleepwalking, missing conversations, struggling with words, remembering conversations that had not even taken place, writing lists that could not be deciphered the next day, not remembering yesterday evening's meal or TV, etc. And panic attacks. Various tests and 15 months of counselling did very little, but it kept being put down to stress and high blood pressure. Memory tests every 6 months seemed to just keep showing that I was borderline. All these things had been noticed by me, family, employers, potential employers, but doctors, etc. would not be convinced. Each step forward or down, depending on how you look at it, was so small and slow that it was not obvious that the path was down. 2015 are now separated from what was left of by now very small family, and I find myself in Kent and suddenly being taken seriously. Still had some people saying, well, it's stress, you had some bad times. But on the whole, family and experts here were listening. Tests were done, family spoken to, MRI done, and finally after 7 years in January 2016 I was diagnosed with vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. Strangely, for a short while I was over the moon. At last an answer, a reason, progress. I was put on donepezil, 5 milligrams, then quickly up to 10 milligrams. The implications soon started to kick in and I became scared and full of questions, most of which are only just beginning to clear in my mind. We have a really good support system here in the Midway area of Kent, and that is made abundantly clear by reading some of the frustrating stories from other parts of this country and the world. Even here though, I often feel alone, scared and confused about what should I be doing, who should I be seeing, what now, what next. But those things will hopefully become clearer as time moves on. Until then, thank you to all at Talking Point. You're all a great source of information, help, guidance, encouragement, support and mostly hope. Long may it continue, unlike me who will now shut up. Catch you soon, Wayne.